say I agree with a lot of what Frank was saying about meeting and greeting the community, getting to know the individual business owners, and getting out there and being an integral part of the community. My name is Mike Roth. I'm running for sheriff of Roth County because I believe the Constitution and the Bill of Rights is very, very important, and we have been ignoring it. I would like to offer everybody who's watching this a free pocket Constitution. Just call me, email me. This pocket Constitution includes the Declaration of Independence and the actual Constitution itself and the Bill of Rights. All of those are very, very important to understand why America was the greatest country that was ever made or thought of, and we've walked away from that. You know, we can talk about timelines, but we have gotten completely away from the Constitution and the Bill of Rights in our country, and I want to bring that back, especially in law enforcement. And I am going to hire strict constitutionalists to be a part of my administration. When you win an election, you have to take an oath of office, and that oath is to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States. All too often, people that win elections, you know, they raise their right hand, they swear an oath to the Constitution, and it really is just a formality to get the paycheck rolling. That won't be the situation with me at all. I take the Constitution and the Bill of Rights very, very seriously, more serious than any of my opponents. And I'd like to say you can't have it both ways. You can't win an election and say you're a constitutionalist and do unconstitutional things. You just can't. That makes you a hypocrite and un-American in my book. And when I raise my right hand, my word is bond. I'm going to raise my right hand to God and community, and I'm going to honor my oath to the Constitution and to the people that elected me. So, real quick, I just want to touch on a couple things. I have a flyer. Here's my table. I have a flyer that kind of outlines the big picture. I also have on my Facebook page, rothforsheriff.com, rothforsheriff.com on my Facebook page, I have all the Meet the Candidate events that I've attended. I've attended all of them, unlike others. And I want to just touch on some of the big picture things, and I'll talk about short-term things. As your sheriff, we're no longer going to be doing policing for revenue. It's a big thing with law enforcement nowadays, go out there and get that money from the travelers and stuff. I believe you have rights, and I believe that your rights should be followed and honored. I'm going to end nepotism and cronyism. I hate to say it, and a lot of people know it, but there's a lot of that in this department and has been forever. Reasonable enforcement. Frank alluded this to the last Meet the Candidate event. Not everybody deserves a ticket. I believe that there has to be a real victim. There has to be a real crime. And I want to bring back the warning ticket. I also don't want to clog up the courts with these small possession felony drug crimes, like small possession of marijuana type crimes. All that does is enriches the local lawyers, the courts, and the private prison industry complex. I'm also going to increase officer accountability. Again, Frank, I want to get back to you. You talk about these tests you want to give officers, and you say no pass or fail. I want them to pass or fail these exams. And I think all law enforcement should have to at least pass the United States citizenship exam. And I don't believe a lot of them can. Maybe some, but from what I've seen from all the constitutional violations I've lived under from local law enforcement and county enforcement, I don't think you can. I think you have to at least be able to pass the citizenship exam. So start cramming now, guys. Anyway, more transparency. I'm going to do a weekly what your sheriff has been doing, what your sheriff's department has been doing. This past week, I'm going to put it on a local website, not a Facebook. It will be on a website. It won't be on local media. It will be a source that you can go to without any manipulations. Also, guaranteed Second Amendment rights. Right now, there's a big discussion in the United States about guns and what we can and can't do with guns. I'm a strong proponent of the Second Amendment. I've had my Second Amendment rights taken from me, violated, and I don't think it's fun or cute or even, a great little legal tactic or ploy. As your sheriff, your gun rights will remain intact completely. I'm going to promote education over enforcement. Again, not everyone deserves a ticket. I believe in the warning ticket, and I think that builds trust and rapport with the people within the community to say, hey, slow down. Hey, put your seatbelt on. Not everybody deserves a $100 ticket or what have you. Our current sheriff has actually gone on record online saying that a 1 mile an hour over infraction is worthy of a ticket. I think that's bullshit. Excuse my language. Constitution-based law, no more unconstitutional checkpoints, seizures, or searches. That's all things for a video in itself, which will be on my website. I'll talk about that in a moment. I'll build stronger community relations. I will deputize volunteers. We have so few officers patrolling such a huge area that you cannot depend on law enforcement to be there when you need them. Sometimes it will take a while. Sometimes they never show. I've heard horror stories since I've run. If we have citizens, individuals within the community trained on understanding of the laws, what you can and can't do, we need those people out there. I will get the community involved more than you've ever seen it. And I will also be the most affordable sheriff in La Paz County history. I know everyone cries poor boy when it comes to the budget, but what I know about government is there's a lot of waste, a lot of fraud, and a lot of abuse. And I will look at all areas of the budget, and there will be no sacred cows. Things will be cut, things will be eliminated, and other things will be focused upon. Those other things are things that work. So, in closing, I would just like you to go to rothforsheriff.com, rothforsheriff.com. All these events have been posted or will be posted on there soon. And there'll be more stuff. We have a primary August 4th. After August 4th, it's going to be me versus the winner of the primary versus the Democrat, Felipe Rodriguez, who has not shown up for a single Meet the Candidate event. And I would also like to say, hey, where's William Ponce? We've had 3 events, and he hasn't shown up for 2 of them in quartzsite. He hasn't earned any votes either. So my name is Mike Roth. I'm your next sheriff of La Paz County. You're going to love freedom and liberty, and I will have an open door policy. You'll be able to reach out to me at any time, and we're gonna get rid of the good old white club in La Paz County. Thank you very much.